Hey everybody, I'm Nic DeSeelhorst here with eXp Realty. If you're moving from California to Utah and you want to know a little bit about us, I'm going to tell you a little bit, but I also want to talk to the people in Utah of why California seems to rank number one in places people are moving from to Utah. So let's get into it. All right, so we know why you're moving here, but let's get into a little bit of specific quirks, local customs, and things that you need to be prepared for when you're moving to Utah from California. So everyone knows about Independence Day, the 4th of July, huge celebration, fireworks. Now there's drone shows, you've got barbecues, you've got watermelon, burgers, hot dogs, veggie alternatives, whatever floats your boat. You're getting outside, you're enjoying community, and you're celebrating the independence of the U.S. from England and our history and things like that. What you might not know is Pioneer Day, or what's been come to be known as Pioneer Day. And that is a celebration that happens on July 24th, and it's a celebration of the pioneers, and it's a state holiday that commemorates the day in 1847 when the first pioneers entered Salt Lake Valley. So pretty significant day. They came through the canyon, Immigration Canyon, and they said, this is the place. And that's where you'll find This Is the Place Heritage Park, where you can go see some of what some of the life is like back then, and explore some of the housing and the carts they pulled and the way of life that they experienced back then. So Pioneer Day is a pretty fun day. But more modern times, people are celebrating Pioneer Day because they're not necessarily associating it with the historical connection as well as the LDS church. So they go out, they get some beer, whether it's non-alcoholic from, Athletic Brewing Co., or if it's from the local breweries like Epic or Squatters or Fisher or TF Brewing. But they go out, get some beer, and then they go get a pie, whether it's, again, from a local place like Pie Fight, which is great little hand pie, so you're not trying to eat a whole pie by yourself. That's what me and my wife did this year. It's a great alternative to, having a whole pie in your hands for the next week. But if you're going out with a bunch of friends, go to Kneaders, go to your local bakery, pick up a pie, enjoy community, like I said, and just be together and have a good time. So if you're moving from California to Utah, get ready to celebrate on the 24th. So you'll see the tents for the fireworks stay around after the 4th of July, and that's because they're getting ready to revamp it and sell more fireworks for the 24th of July. Again, we're seeing some cool alternatives with drone shows, but it's really just about communing with community and, having good food and good times, shared stories and experiences and things like that. So be prepared to have a good time on the 24th of July. The next thing, which I grew up hearing more about, you don't hear about it as much anymore, but that's Jell-O love. Our pin one of the pins for the 2001 Olympics was a green plate of Jell-O, a plate of green Jell-O, I should say. So it's really funny. I don't even know how it came up, really. So Utahns consume more Jell-O per capita than any other state. I don't get it. I know Jell-O salad was kind of a big thing back in the 70s, 80s. So maybe that's really where this came jokingly as the official state snack. But I guess people still enjoy their Jell-O, whether it's sugar-free or it's that classic green Jell-O. I haven't made it for myself in a long time, but maybe I should be supporting Utah. So get ready to consume the most Jell-O of any state in the country. Next kind of food item. So when you're moving from California to Utah, be prepared to learn about funeral potatoes. So oftentimes it's prepared as like small chunks of potato, casseroled into cream, cheese, spices, and then topped with cornflakes. It's delicious. It might sound crazy. You may have tried it before. If you have, please let me know down in the comments if you tried it, what you thought. But you also see it around local barbecue joints around Salt Lake City. We've got funeral potato hush puppies. So they take that entire dish, they put it into a small ball, they put cornflakes around it, and then they fry it. And it's a great little appetizer that you'll see at a lot of local barbecue spots or barbecues at family events, or you'll just see the old classic sheet pan, baking dish pan of funeral potatoes at either, a baby shower or a family get together or any kind of family reunion, whatever it might be. get ready for some funeral potatoes. They're delicious, so don't be scared. Try it out. Kind of tied into that is a lot of these quirky customs and things do stem from the predominant religion influence, especially early on within Salt Lake's history. We in Utah have the highest birth rate of any state in the nation. So Mormon and many Utah families, even if they've left the church, they do still have that core value of family and community, which is really beautiful. It's a great reason to move here because you've got really strong community and people who care for you, even if you're not in the church. That might be a stigma that people have heard in the past, but I do have really great relationships. You know, if you're a good, kind person, you're going to be treated that same way. So they do have a lot of kids. So be ready to see, you know, these Escalades and massive vehicles transporting huge families that range from, you know, a newborn, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 18, 23-year-old, the gambit. You know, you'll see pretty drastic age ranges within these families. But so just be prepared to see it. I'm sure you've already seen it. You know of it. It's not a shocker to most people, but something that is the Zion curtain. So a lot of people know about the strange alcohol regulations within Utah. One of these things is the Zion curtain. It has kind of gone away more in recent times, but it is still pretty prevalent in a lot of restaurants, and that is a division between the bar and the restaurant area. So kids can't sit in a bar, you have to be 21 or older, and you can't actually see alcohol being prepared or on display. And so they've got these massive Zion curtains is what they call them, but they're just big plexiglass or glass curtains, usually colored or frosted in some way, so that kids can't see alcohol being prepared or displayed. So it's kind of an interesting thing. You'll see it around, and it is a bit of a shocker to people who aren't accustomed to it. So be prepared, and now you know. Now you are giving up a huge distance to the ocean. You no longer can just take, you know, an hour, maybe a few hours to drive to the ocean, enjoy time at the beach, go surfing, catch a few body waves. You're trading that for mountains though. So every season of the year you can get out and enjoy the mountains, whether it's going out and looking at the wildflowers, going up to ski, just going up to hike, going into a few of the dog-friendly, dog-approved canyons to go on a dog walk and enjoy some time with your fur buddies. So you're trading that coastline for the mountains. We don't have surfing, we don't have an ocean, we do have wake surfing, so we've got a lot of reservoirs. So if you know someone or you yourself have a boat, get yourself a board and keep that hobby going. The alcohol laws that I mentioned, they are a little different, so you'll see that you can't buy wine in your grocery store, you can't buy it on Sundays, and so you do need to think about it, be prepared, buy your wine from the liquor store during the week or on a Saturday before 7, and you'll be prepared. It's not super hard. You just need to be a little more disciplined and organized, and you'll be just fine. So figure it out, stock your shelves. You don't need to go to the store so much, and you'll be just fine. Now the weather is something that you'll be need to get accustomed to, because living in California, it's generally 75 and sunny and beautiful, and you love it, and you talk to everybody about it. But you're moving to Utah, so you need to get yourself a nice down coat for the winter on those super cold, blistery days when the wind's blowing, it's snowing, and you gotta make the trip from the car to your office or the grocery store, where you're standing in line for some amazing new hand pie from Pie Fight, and you gotta bundle up and stay cozy, get some boots, get some nice, thick, tight pants. I mean, they don't need to be tight, but, you know, nice, thick, insulated gear. You know, like the Norwegians or the Scandinavians say, there is no bad weather, there's just bad clothing. So go ahead and go to backcountry.com or REI and buy yourself some nice snow gear so you're prepared for the winter. And between the shoulder seasons, you'll probably have hoodies and things from when the muggy, overcast kind of cloud hovers over California and it's 60 degrees, maybe a low 50s. You need to bundle up, stay pretty warm. It might get colder. I don't know. I didn't live in California, but you're here now, so bundle up, get some clothes, have a closet, store your things in there, put it away during the winter, pull it out when you need it. The weather is going to be different, so you need to be prepared. That does kind of segue into air quality. So I'm sure there's valleys around California where you don't have the best air quality. I know San Francisco can have some issues. San Jose, I've heard, has like some issues with air quality. Maybe some places more inland, but generally on the coast, you're going to have consistent airflow. So you're going to have consistent weather systems blowing in and blowing out all the nasty air that you do get. Here in Salt Lake and Utah County, and even up in like Davis County, you get a lot of that inversion effect. So it does put a cap on the valley, and everything that is being made in that valley gets stuck there for, a week, maybe 2 weeks if you don't have a weather system. Generally doesn't last longer than that. It'd be really bad if you went 3 weeks with some gnarly air quality, and near the end of that it would get really stinky, really gross. So you need to be prepared for the air quality. I know you've heard about it. We rank nationally and around the world a few times every single year as having the worst air quality for that day in the world, potentially. So be prepared. If you do have serious medical issues that are sensitive to air quality, get really good air purification devices, and you can even get a whole AC unit system where your whole entire house is purified. You can also get those standalone like Dyson ones, or I don't even know the brand of ours, but we've got a standalone air quality purifier that does a really good job. So just be sure to have the instruments that are going to allow you to live a high quality of life wherever you end up. And just don't go outside, don't go running, don't go exercising on those days. Just pay attention to it. They've got it pretty accurate on the weather app on most iPhones. I don't know what Android uses, but I'm sure they've got an updated air quality index there too. So just pay attention to that and be mindful of where your body's at, what you need to do for that day. Maybe you hang out inside for a few weeks, or you exercise in places that have more purified air. So things to consider when moving from California to Utah. Pay attention to the air quality and be knowledgeable, and have the apps and do all the research that you need for you and your health and your family's health. One of the best things you'll notice about moving from California to Utah is you've already dealt with crazy traffic and terrible drivers. And what I've noticed in California is people actually use blinkers, so they will indicate where they're going and then they'll cut you off. So whereas Massachusetts and the East Coast, they say don't use your blinker because you don't want them to know where you're going. You don't want your competition to know you're about to cut them off. But Californians actually drive really fast and really purposeful and knowledgeable about where they're going, so they actually get into the correct lane for when they're going to get off the freeway, and they indicate when they're going to get off. In Utah, we've got pretty bad drivers. People don't use their blinkers. They drive too fast in the slow lane. They don't get in the correct lane before they're going to pull off the exit, so they go from the far left to the right as the exit's getting off. It's bad. But moving from California to Utah, you'll be prepared for the craziness that is Utah driving, and you'll be able to handle it, and hopefully you don't adapt to it, and you keep your customs of using your blinker and being prepared to exit when you need to, and you'll actually help the area become better drivers. That's my dream. Everyone uses their blinkers. Everyone gets in the proper lane to exit properly, and when they merge onto the freeway, they do it at a decent speed. Let's change that, and let's hope that you help us change it. Moving from California to Utah, you'll be ready, and hopefully you can influence us and help us be better drivers, even though I know you still aren't touted as being the best drivers in the country, but you're probably better than Utah. And so that's it for me, guys. You're moving from California to Utah. I've got a little bit of information about what separates Utah, why you're moving to Utah. I've educated a few of the Utahns on why you're coming from California to Utah. I know a lot of them might be a little stubborn on bringing you in and welcoming you with open arms, but overall, we're a strong, happy, healthy community. We do welcome people in. If you don't find that community, let me know. I'm happy to help you research different areas and all the areas that you can potentially look at and find a community that really resonates with you. But overall, we are the Beehive State. We want to help each other become better people and more successful, and help our economy and help the air quality and live a long, comfortable, happily, family-oriented life. So if you like this content, please do like, comment, subscribe, give me a call, shoot me an email, reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, however you need to get a hold of me, please do it. I love connecting with you guys on social media, as well as, via email, as well as on my phone. Give me a call, shoot me a text. Like I said, peace. I love you all.